What is up, beautiful world? It is a Sunday afternoon, beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Lubbock, Texas. Very typical day. 5 things to make you successful in college. I'm gonna go inside. Let's get it. These 5 things are 5 things that I've learned over my career. Whether you come to Texas Tech or whether you go to a totally different school, it does not matter. Number 1, time. I know time management is about as annoying as squeaky brakes on a brand new car. Nobody wants them, nobody likes it, but they're necessary. In this case, what you have to do, practice at time management, but then get good at it to a point where it's not squeaky anymore. I say that because I think one of the most important things you can do is get engaged, but you can't really be engaged if you don't have the time for it, correct? What you definitely don't want to do is get into a place where you have to plan your entire day, but you don't know how to do it because you're overwhelmed, you haven't been practicing it. Make a to-do list. 2 or 3 things a day, even in high school, even now. Whatever it is, set a time, do it for that time. Listen, you gotta get out there, you gotta move, you gotta see what your school is up to. What kind of programs is your school offering? What kind of resources can you get access to, right? What kind of clubs can you join? Things like that. You wanna build on that. That's where you're gonna network. You're gonna find your friends, you're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your tribe. Learn about your school, learn about the community. It will help. Get engaged, activate, have conversations, learn. You're here to learn. That's the truth of it all. So learn. College is about learning. College is not about establishing ideals. You establish your ideals after you learn. Engage with your campus, engage with your community. You will find your friends, you will find your resources, you will network. I guarantee it. Well, the next thing is discipline. Discipline does not mean do 50 push-ups at 6 a.m. It is discipline, but that's not the type of discipline I'm talking about. Discipline I'm talking about involves actually studying, actually going back, reading the material. But in order to do all that, you really kind of have to learn yourself. What are some strengths? What are some weaknesses that you have? Discipline really is just focusing on the weaknesses, turn them into strengths. Practice, get better at them. You will get better at discipline. So, of course, now we get to the hard conversation, which is money. Most of the conversation around university, around colleges, and around money usually involves scholarships, it involves loans, and even then the conversation doesn't get too extensive and nobody really talks about it. Fortunately for you guys, I'm not going there at all. I will say money in the sense that if you do work or you have pocket change, you gotta be careful with that. People go out to eat, out to have fun, movies, soccer, whatever the case is, you're gonna need money. And you're gonna need discipline to manage that money. You're gonna need to know when to say yes to some things and when to say no to some things. Know the difference between when you're wasting money and just throwing it away, when you're actually saving, when you're actually making moves to provide for yourself and to set yourself up in the future. When to get my controller. Now, to finish off this video, we're gonna be talking about perspective. Perspective does not mean you're philosophically on point. Perspective, all that means to me is keeping an open mind. You're here to learn. Keeping an open mind does not mean that you have to accept every truth that comes your way, but what you do have to do is accept the fact that that may be their perspective. Learn things from other people's point of view. I'm not saying break away from everything you grew up with, especially if you still believe some of the things you believe. I'm not just talking about religion. I'm talking about morals. I'm talking about hygiene. I'm talking about just regular everyday things that you don't know that you should be learning about. Keep an open mind. There are thousands, literally thousands of students on campus, each of them with a different background than you. So, recap. Want your money, stay disciplined, manage your time, get engaged, gain perspective. Those 5 things, you'll be set. For me, however, I have managed my time so well that I have a lot of free time. So, while my phone is still sliding, I'm gonna watch my show. See y'all.